What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. It's been a while since I've made one, but I figure, I got some free time, so I might as well make a new one. I just want to talk to you guys about a little bit about my childhood, about challenging my football coach to a one-on-one match and how this all went down. So let's see, I was in 7th grade, it was junior high for me. I weighed like 210 pounds. The most I could bench press was 100 pounds. And I remember just hitting triple digits, and that was all that mattered to me at the time. But I like back then, I didn't know how pathetic that truly was. But just all I wanted was to be in the hundreds, man. Get in the hundreds. I felt so good about myself. And I remembered after I couldn't get 110, I remember the coaches were looking around because we had like a bunch of big boys, and none of us could bench. I think the strongest guy in 7th grade could bench like 140, which to us kids, like, we thought that was like monstrous. That was like elite level strength. Like, I had never been in the gym. I didn't know anything about it. So at that time, that was remarkable to me. And I loved playing football back, in my middle school days when we played flag or two-hand touch. It was so much fun to me, and I thought, why wouldn't I join the football team? I'm a big kid, so I'd be a wanted lineman. I'd be someone that people would look out for. But no one really, I didn't really watch football, so I didn't know how much different like it really was to actually get out there, getting pads and things like that. And to be honest, guys, it wasn't for me. Put it bluntly, it just wasn't for me. To be honest, I was kind of a teddy bear. I was like ended up being one of the stronger people, even in my high school days. I was one of the strongest people on the team, but I just never had that aggressive kind of mindset. I guess I was afraid of hurting people. I don't know. It just wasn't in me. I'm just too passive of a person, I guess. Well, okay, first of all, I played football for my 7th and 8th grade year in high school, and I found out that I didn't like it all that much. So whenever 9th grade came around, what I did was I had a little strategy. I stayed for the off season, but then once the season came around, I would leave. So I basically just wanted to stay to, get in good shape. I wanted to get stronger because I witnessed like the changes in my body over the past 2 years, and I didn't want to stop that. But obviously, if I went to the coaches and was like, hey, I want to stay here for all the training, but whenever it's time to like actually do something for y'all on the team, I'm out. You guys are cool with that, right? Obviously, they wouldn't be very, very fond of that decision. So, I had to be sneaky a little bit. I couldn't let them know like my true intentions. But after doing this for 2-3 years, they figured it out. Well, come my junior year, I believe it was. I was in 11th grade, I believe. And I went to my coaches and I was like, hey, if you guys let me come back, I promise you, I will try and I will play in the season. Well, off season came and went. I got what I wanted. Now it was my turn to pay up. And in all regards, I had all the intention of playing football that year. Because, I'm the kind of person where if I say I'm going to do something, I do my best to try to do it. However, some things went down that I wasn't too pleased about. So we had summer practices, and I went to a bunch of the summer practices. I believe I went to almost every one, but there was one practice, and the date for it ended up being on a weekend where me and my dad had scheduled to go camping. So I went to my coach and was like, hey, man, not gonna be able to make it here for that practice. And he was completely enraged at me telling him this. And I remember I was in the locker room, and it wasn't like it was a one-on-one thing. I had a bunch of teammates and friends in the locker room, and he kind of just flipped out on me and started just yelling and stuff like that. So I said straight up, this just isn't for me, man. Like, I know I said I was gonna play, but when I come to you saying that I'm not going to be able to make a certain practice and you're just going to get into my face like that, that's the kind of behavior that I just wasn't going to put up with. And it was really awkward because after that period ended, I went into the office where there was like 4 or 5 coaches, and I was just like, "Hey man, I'm gone." And it was a pretty awkward thing. It was like people didn't want to make eye contact, and it was very uncomfortable. But anyway, to elaborate on the whole one-on-one thing that I wanted to talk about in this video, we had one summer practice where there was first of all, I'm a lineman, right? 200-pound guy, not very fast. I think my 40-yard dash was like a 5.5, so not the slowest, not the fastest. But I was one of the strongest. And I believe there was a really fast guy, and I believe his position was, I think it's like tight end or something like that, but I don't remember. I don't know football very well, to be honest, so I don't know all the names of all the positions. But I was playing like tight end on the line or tackle, one of those two things, and he ran around me once they called hike. He got around me, but at the end of practice, one of the coaches was like, "Man, he plowed right through you," and I was like, "No, that never happened." And then my coach got close to me. He's like, "You calling me a liar, son?" And I'm like, "Well, I just kind of stuttered. It's like, well, I don't want to say I'm calling you a liar, but you're not telling the whole truth." So I told him, I was like, "He never went through me. That never happened." He went around, going around somebody and plowing through someone is two totally different things. So, whenever I said that to him, I told him, "Hey man, how about you get out in pads and get out on the line?" And oh man, the other coaches were like so like freaking out, ecstatic. They were jumping up and down, getting in the coach's face, like screaming at him. It was so hilarious. It was such a great time. And I don't mean any hate to these guys, but yeah, just a little bit from my childhood. Ended up leaving, going to RTC and working out with them. Anyways, guys, that's about all the time that I have for today. You guys have a good one.